Welcome to Pint Lab. We are the Bandy Works team, affectionately known as Bandy Pints. Hi! Through this video, we hope to take you through the world of Pint Labs and show you how we work as a team, the challenges we face, how we overcome them, and using this learning experience, how we evolve to get better each day. We needed to make our communication more effective. We needed to be more proactive, and that has always been that's a very important thing, especially when it comes to DevOps and the customer experience. And I think that was one of the biggest challenges for us, in the sense it took a while for us to get it going. Try to understand the gist of how we needed to evolve in this regard.
Right.
Some of us are not very comfortable speaking in English, and even and despite that, apart from that, not just English, but some of us, in terms of communication itself, not very outgoing personalities. And it's perfectly understandable.
As for the exposure we've had as compared,
the people we've interacted with, and of course you have people who are introverts in nature, so it's obviously a lot more difficult
diverse
for them to open up. But over the last couple of weeks, over the last month or so, one thing I've noticed is that we have shown the initiative to be a little bit more open, especially when it comes to our group meetings, our team meetings, weekly meetings. We've shown a little bit more initiative, we've shown a little bit more open-mindedness to actually convey the message. We all make mistakes, we keep making mistakes, but I think we have shown the aptitude to actually learn from those mistakes, and to avoid making the same type of mistake again. So that's a very good. I think that's one way we are actually evolving right now.
Learning a lot on the process.
And the way we are learning also is getting better. So that's a huge plus. We've seen our team, proactively, they're coming out and asking me, my guys, they come and ask me if you got any, you have any issues, you have any time-consuming task, you need some help. They're coming and asking me if there's, what sort of help they can do. There are times when sometimes, when we've taken up a task, we might have finished it, or maybe there's something we're waiting for.
Right.
I myself forget about it the next day. Not forget, but it just might slip off my mind the next day. But these guys come and tell me what happened to that. Are we still waiting on something?
We're having daily meetings as well in the mornings.
Daily meetings as well. So, these are things which we have actively started, organizing over the last month or so. So we are seeing this change. We are seeing how change in this thought process is actually helping us move forward.
Right.
Of course, mistakes are all part of the learning curve, and you need to make mistakes. You never learn anything new if you don't make mistakes. So obviously that is there, but I think we are showing better aptitude in dealing with the mistakes right now, in handling this thing. And I think previously, where we might have been negatively affected if we make a mistake, I think now we are showing a better sense of maturity to actually take the positive aspect of the mistake and implement that learning. So this, I'd say, these are some of the the key takeaways from what I've observed over the change in thought process over the last couple of weeks. So this does hold us in good stead for the future.
So I'm going to ask you something about your first-hand customer experience. So would you like to share something that you've had as part of customer experience from the Bandy team, the DevOps team?
Yeah, we had a couple of experiences over the last, I'd say, maybe 3 or 4 weeks. I'd pick a few. One of them would be Keenan, Bill. There was this one incident when he reported to us that he's not getting his scorecard mails. So Obviously scorecards are a critical thing. So when we checked it out, we analyzed the issue and we found out that they had an mailbox issue where they were not, one of the recipients in the intended list had their mailbox full. So email wasn't going out, they were continuously getting an error. And I was able to just tell him, let him know that this is the error, one of your mailboxes is full for so and so user. And I didn't have to give him too much of technical explanation or give him too many instructions. He sort of he picked up on that and he sorted out himself. He came back to me in a couple of, I don't know, about 10 minutes or something and said that, it's been sorted out. Thanks a lot. I've increased the mailbox size. So that's one case. I don't think he's a technical guy.
That's great.
He was still pretty keen and he understood, what we were trying to tell him. So I think that's a good thing. I think that's happened. That's one of the positive experiences. There's also, shortstops, Brandy Simpson. She is one of the clients that I think we seem to have a very good rapport, very good understanding with, and she's always on top of the issues. Even at times before we even report it, she comes to us first and tells, hey, so and so store's probably not going to report. We got this issue here. We are fixing a network issue there. We are closed today here. So she comes and tells us first itself. So
that's a very
great.
good customer relationship that we have there.
She comes and tells us sometimes before we even identify the problem ourselves. So that actually helps. Another one would be Rodney, E-Step, where a couple of times, whenever he's reported a few issues, we've tried and sorted it out as fast as we could. But there have been times when, we would have had to take some, a little bit more effort, a little bit more time rather, to understand the issue and find a solution for him. And whenever on a couple of these occasions, I've communicated it to him that, we'll check on this with my team and get back to you. And he's been pretty supportive. He's been like, yep, sure, no problems. So thanks a lot. I understand that you guys are doing some good work there. Keep it up and just let us know once this one. So I think that is also a positive thing. We've seen the customer acknowledge that we are taking the effort and trying to find a solution. At the same time, he's actually appreciating us for some work that we've done, which is actually not related to this issue. So I think that is again another positive experience in itself.
So you feel that actually the clients are happy with the kind of support we are giving. They feel friendly enough to come and get back to us.
Yep. They seem, there are still obviously we might have, some of us might have a little bit of a language issues or communication issues, but I think that's understandable. But despite that, we are still seeing some of some of the older clients, and
we've come a very long way.
Yeah, we've come a long way, because when I joined, I don't think we had these sort of processes and systems in place where we were proactively making these sort of efforts.
Right.
So over the last couple of months or so, especially over the last 1 month, it's a lot of things have changed. We've started thinking about evolving the thought process and focusing on the customer experience, and at the same time trying to find the most effective way we can handle the issues, the tickets, and communicate to them. And I think it's still a work in progress, but I think we've come a long way. We are actually able to be more free with the customer, more open with them, and they are also responsive to that. So yeah, it's something that's showing a positive, I feel.
I think that's a good job. Hari, what is one of your most challenging work you think you've done so far? Give example of one of the most challenging thing you've done.
Yeah, I think the most challenging task I did was implementing the store maintenance module, and I got many help from my entire team. And I am happy that most of the clients are using it and they are happy. So that was the most challenging task.
Nice. And Hari, what do you think? You were the first person in the customer support team when it started. and now you're one of the DevOps team. So from that to now, the journey so far, what do you think? What is your experience there?
Yeah. From the customer support perspective, a lot of things have changed. We are discussing more and we are actually looking into what the client feels. So I think DevOps is better than just a customer support.
Brilliant. Awesome.
Thank you.
Bye-bye. So Matthews, I've been asking everybody this question and I'll ask you this question as well. Give me one of your personal favorite success story, something that you think that made a difference, something that you think you feel happy that some of our customer felt happy.
Yeah, it's not only mine but also all the team's best thing. We all know that there is a client called Forward. So before some months, it's like we do have a lot of non-reporting stores. Like it's about 30 non-reporting stores for plus Subway stores and C stores. So what we do is that we are continuously follow up with the client. His name is Bob, yeah, and he's giving replies to us. And finally, the 30 goes down to 1 at some point, and now it's a.
We've brought down the non-reporting from 30 to 1 because we followed up with them.
And now it's maintaining a consistency between 4 or 8. That's one of the major success stories because Forward has 66 stores plus 28 stores, 66 Subway stores and 28 C stores. So we have a lot of count, and it's one of the, I think it's one of the major success stories over here for us. So that's a very good thing, I think.
Nice.
And one of the other good personal experience that I have on the last week, that's we do have DevOps meeting all the day. So between the meeting, a client, Hedrick, a person called Johnny, came to us for some credentials. So
in between the
meeting. So at that time, what we do is that we just took the credential and sent it to Johnny within 5 or 10 minutes. Suddenly, we got a reply from Johnny like, "Oh, that's a fast job. Thank you for that." So that's one of the best thing that we have. So.
That comes into customer satisfaction.
Yes.
You know that they felt happy
They
by something.
They felt very happy, and also we felt very happy because a reply from the client. So that's also a happy thing that we do here.
That we know that our clients are happy.
Yes.
They are satisfied.
Yes.
Thank you. Hi Rohit.
Hi.
Rohit, you have been one of the person who has worked from the very beginning of Bandyworks since we started working. So tell me something about what do you like in your work? This is a different question. I've asked everybody different questions. So my question to you is, why would you like to work for Bandyworks? What is the culture that you love? How do you enjoy your work? What is the kind of feeling you have when you work for Bandyworks?
Yes, in Bandyworks, I really like to, team spirit. I really got support from everyone. I really got support from Vinu, especially Vinu and Lakshmi and Sohan from Ramsa. They're like mentors. They're like supporting everything when you are in trouble. So that's it.
Nice. So you like to work here, don't you?
Yeah, sure.
All right. Thanks, man. Francie?
Yes.
Hi, I'm taking a video. Francie, what do you think? What do you like the most in Bandyworks?
I think Bandyworks team is most important in this. We have together work and very helpful team in Bandyworks. When I joined that time I worked in development team, but now we joined new team for DevOps. It's very helpful for customers. after joining this team, we can understand the customers' feedbacks. We can resolve their problems. Everything we do with together, and our team leader Ramsar is very helpful for us.
Ramsar?
Very well for us. If we any doubt, Ramsar will clarify and will help to complete the task and any problems, everything.
Brilliant. Thank you. So you're happy working?
Oh yes.
All right. Thank you, Ramsar.
Thank you.
Finally, from DevOps perspective, I'd like to give a shout out to Ice because she's been there for every one of us. She's been a good mentor. Makes time from a busy schedule. She's a wanted person when it comes to cigarettes and data processing. So despite all that, she makes a lot of time for us to guide us, to teach us about certain aspects of various problems that we come across. So that's thank you for your cooperation and keep teaching us.
Brilliant. Hi, Ram.
Hi.
Hi. So, Ram, you are one of the most senior-most person who has been there from the very first day when we started doing Bandy Works. So, in this video, I want you to share your experience about how we have grown from the very beginning. When you come, you've seen how the organization, Bandy Work team has come from, the issues and the challenges that we had initially and how we have overcome that. So your experience on behalf of the team, would you like to share some of those?
Yeah, actually, when the project started, we were there no idea about which are the modules and different types of backends. So there are passport, factor. So we are not familiar with that.
Right.
So we are fully depend on that other developers and ICE, Lakshmi. So for each section we need support from them.
Right.
So we picked up easily with the support of ICE, Lakshmi, and started developing our own logic. And now comparing to earlier, presently we are under control and we can manage all the modules. Whatever issues we can solve it easily. And we added new features, site audit, stock maintenance,
Yes.
and even we improved the speed of shift duties, and
Right.
still we are monitoring each section and finding what is lagging or slowing the issues.
It's still under process.
Yeah,
We are doing
so-
a lot of things.
And the new concept DevOps introduced, and we all are like a team, and whenever an issue comes, first level is there, still we all are focusing what is the issue, and as a team we are clearing the issues as early as possible. And for Bandyworks, this project, I liked the module cigarette reports very much because I am the only person more working on that module.
Right.
And actually that I'm happy because I knew that all clients are getting the benefits now. So it's it was a challenging work, and still it is going on with the new discount modules and discount changes. A lot of discounts for different clients, different discounts logic.
And that is very
So-
complex as well as
Yeah,
far as we know,
so-
cigarette is it's always been one of the most complex
Still
things.
we are working, and parallel client are happy, and so it's a major achievement actually.
Ram sir, from the last couple of months when we see, what do you think we've now spoken about the challenges we have faced? What are the kind of challenges you think still we have? What are the issues that we see? If there are some things that we can make better, if there are some any better approach that we can take so that we can do better in what we are doing already?
Yeah, actually, we are improving a lot, mainly in communication. So all our, especially DevOps team is communicating well now. So the challenges are still I feel like QA part. QA part we are testing, we are doing peer testing, we are doing unit testing, but still as a product we need to focus testing more because it is reaching to the client. So if client gets an error, that's a big issue. So before selling a product, there should be a proper QA. So we need to focus on QA part
Testing
more.
is a major thing that
Actually,
is coming.
even it is a based on the development, we are doing new features and additions. So that part as well as the existing part should be tested well
Right.
before going to market. So I think we need to focus on testing
Currently,
more.
we are doing testing development.
Yeah, that is
and-
a development based on development. We are testing from developer view only. So,
But we need to do a drill down test.
Yeah, detailed testing is required for a product level. So that is required, and
That is something we focus on. Thank you, Ram. Thank you for your time.
thank you.
Thanks. Hi, this is Rio. So when we got this presentation about culture first, when we got this assignment, we went back to the team and we had a team discussion and we thought we'll do a couple round of videos to get the experience firsthand from the people who experience it. So I hope that intention has been achieved to some extent here. I'm here to conclude, and when we talk about the culture and what we have understood by working with these people from the very beginning of Bandyworks, what we were 1 year ago, or say 6 months ago, or 3 months ago, and what we achieved now, is that when we talk about two different cultures and when we talk about adapting to a different culture, there is identifying the difference in the culture, there is accepting the difference and then adapting to the difference. So I think we have identified the difference. I think we have accepted those differences, and I think we are in the process of adapting to those differences. For example, when we talk about the challenge, what we have faced for so far with our team, I think we had and we have to overcome a lot of insecurities. And when I say insecurities, I mean there is a barrier in communication. There is a difference that all of us, most of us, have never have even had a chance to spend an entire day and have a face-to-face interaction with any foreign people so far. And English is not one of our first languages of most of the people who work here. So that comes as an insecurity when we are in a meeting or when we are first-hand talking to the client. Not all of us, but many of us. And that affects the entire team as well. When we talk about the fear of making mistakes, and I think how we could overcome that and how we've overcome that to a very long extent is to reassure the team that making mistakes is okay. I think we've made that message very loud and clear when we have presented our culture, Bandyworks culture, that we do not punish risk taking, we appreciate open communication. Recently there was a story where Matthews George has been into one of the success stories in the last weekly meeting. So the thing that happened was Tom was really surprised when in a situation in one of the previous meetings Matthew started talking in English and he was non-stop. So he was so happy and surprised that he was like, Matthews, I want you to turn on the video right now and I want to see that if it is really you. So those kind of things I feel are can be taken as the milestones of us growing. A lot of examples like that. When we talk about what action we have taken or how do we strategize all of it, what we have done in the last couple of months as a part of this culture. So couple of things to pen down is we've been very proactive. We have tried to take a lot of proactive measures before the issues becomes an issue. We've tried to resolve that or take a step forward to solve those problems. For example, when we had a video with Ram sir, I think he's mentioned that we are looking forward to do a drill down testing on the system quick data application that is running right now. Similarly, we have we have minimized the spillovers that we have had initially 3 months ago, 6 months ago, because we were doing a lot of multitasking together. We were doing, trying to take up all the tasks that were assigned and trying to do everything that is possible. When that happens, there are a lot of spillovers. So there's a new strategy where when we get assignments of tasks every week, we run through with the practical schedule that we have, and if we feel like that does not fit into this work or these many tasks will not be able to be done by the end of my schedule this week, the many hours that I have, then it is reported back, and that goes to the other team members, and we shift the work like that. So I think that is one of a very good approach that we have taken in the last couple of weeks that have helped us to achieve our targets as per tasks to a very big extent. Rohit and Francie are one of the two very good examples. They're laughing at me now. Rohit and Francie are two very good examples that in one of the meetings where it was very unexpected, and they stood up and they were like, "Sir, I've been assigned these 20 tasks or 10 tasks, but I have only 40 hours. So I'm telling you very bluntly that I could only be able to do those 4 tasks, so help me out." And that was really appreciable. So that realization for all of these people that yes, I can openly express myself, that has helped the team a lot, that has helped the entire organization a lot. I think not just for Bandyworks, but even at a personal level, all these people who we're all like these small town people have got a big international exposure. We've got a big personality development scope for all of us. Understanding, I think the best thing that has happened, and the closest thing that we are to the success is understanding the pain of the customers. When DevOps came into the play, we've got a very good opportunity to interact with the customers firsthand. That has helped the team to grow and understand what is really happening. How does a C-store work? We've never seen a C-store work here, the way it works in America. So how does a store manager work? What is the hierarchy? How does a district manager work? How does the owner control all of it? What are the secrets and what are everything else? So how does it work in a whole? We've got a lot of opportunities to interact with the customers. We've got a lot of opportunities where, say, when we have seen customer perspective to a very big extent. We've done the new website. When we did the new website is completely on the customer perspective. That gave a very big enlightenment to the entire team. Tom's videos, of course, on the C-store tips, and when it comes to the DevOps interaction, we have noted all of these top performing customers, and we've tried to give them a call or mail them and ask for the tips and suggestions on how they do it and how they do it the best. And we try to grab all of those messages and pass on to our other customers so that they can improve in their parts. So all of these best practices measures that we are taking, all of the exposure that we are getting, the assurance that we are getting as a team, I think all of this is really helping us to reach the expectation of the culture that we have. Obviously, to conclude, reaching that the culture expectation is not an overnight thing. It is a long process. But of course, we have reached a very long way, and I appreciate the entire team, and thanks to the entire team for taking so much of time to do this video. Thanks a lot. Have a good day and happy selling.